Hi, boys and girls. Yesterday, we talked about part whole with pictures. So like with this watermelon over here. And yesterday, we had a part whole mat that looked like this, a bigger circle that split off into smaller circles. And we learned that the bigger circle is the whole, and these smaller circles are the parts. So this is also a part whole mat. And this is the one that we're going to use today. You might have seen this part whole mat in kindergarten, maybe. And so this big square here at the bottom is your whole, and these tiny squares here at the top are your different parts. So for example, just like yesterday, I have two parts of the watermelon. So this is one part, so I'm going to drag it over here to one of my parts. This is another part. So I'm going to put it in the other part section of my mat. And when I put those two parts together, I get the whole watermelon. So let's put that over here where the whole one is. So today, I'm going to move these off. We are going to use something called a manipulative. And you might have heard that word in kindergarten before. So we're going to use a manipulative called counters, red and yellow counters. And usually these are two sides. So one side of your circle is red and the other side of your circle is yellow. And you can make these manipulatives at home by cutting out pieces of circles of a piece of paper, coloring one side red and coloring the other side yellow. I also have made them on the computer for you. So we're going to practice with this part whole mat. So I'm going to bring some counters into my whole. Uh-oh, where did it go? Let's see here. Let's try doing it this way. Let's see. Uh-oh, there's my yellow one. So I have one yellow, I have two yellows, and let's bring a red down here. So I have two different parts in my whole section. Do you guys see that? One part is yellow, the other part is red. So I want to figure out, I want to break my whole up into its two parts. So I see that one part, I have one red part. So I'm going to take a red counter and I'm going to drag it over to my part. Do I need any more reds? No, because there aren't any more reds down here. I only have one red part. How many yellow parts do I have in my whole? That's right, I have two. So I'm going to take my counters and I'm going to drag two yellow parts down here. So do you see my whole is the same amount as my part? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. One red part and two yellow parts. And then we put them together to make our whole. Let's try another example. But this time, I'm going to give you the part, and we're going to make a whole. Let's see. So what if we had two yellow parts, and let's say we had three red parts. Now we want to take our parts and put them together to make our whole. So how many yellow counters am I going to drag down to my yellow hole? That's right. I'm going to drag two yellow counters. I don't need more than two because are there more than two in my yellow part? No. And how many red counters am I going to drag to my whole part? 3, because there are 3 red counters in my part. And so I put them together. So we have 2 yellow up here and 2 yellow down here. We have 3 red in our part. We have 3 red in our whole. Good job, boys and girls. Now I want you to try. So I want you to try this one. Here's our whole. I want you to break apart our whole and put it into our parts. So break our whole and separate it into our 2 separate parts. I want you to pause this video and see if you can do that. All right, welcome back, boys and girls. So you should have, in your mind, you should have brought 3 yellow counters to one part and 2 red counters to your other parts, because up here I have down here in my hole, I have 3 yellows and I have 2 reds. So up here, I should have 3 yellows and 2 reds. Good job, boys and girls. You are going to be doing this for your assignment today. So go back to Canvas and show me what you've learned.